Welcome to this week's office hour, virtual office hour, where we are talking about online learning resources provided to your library and your patrons from Winnifox Library System and the state of Wisconsin through BadgerLink. So I'm using the Plainfield Public Library's webpage just as a jumping off point for us, but all of your libraries, thanks to Keitra, have on your website either a research page and tab or a digital library tab that's going to include a number of databases, both provided by BadgerLink and by Winnifox. So today we're looking at the online learning portion of that web page, and we are talking about Gale courses, Gale Udemy, our newest database, and library LearningExpress library. So both Gale courses and Gale Udemy are provided by Winnifox. So using our electronic resources budget and the decisions that are made through WTech and through Winnifox staff, we purchase those. They're available to folks with Winnifox library cards or using Winnifox member libraries. LearningExpress is provided by BadgerLink, which is a section, a service of the Department of Public Instruction at the state level. So BadgerLink resources are available to anyone in the state, accessible through their public library, their school, university, or through the BadgerLink website with their zip code. So if you live in the state of Wisconsin, you have access to BadgerLink resources. So we are going to jump right into LearningExpress Library and do a quick overview of that. And I was practicing and jumped ahead of myself. So when your patron connects to LearningExpress Library, which they're doing through your website or the Winnifox resources page, but more than likely your website, sorry, just had to add Cassie in there. Hi, Cassie. They are going to see this landing page that gives a nice overview of some of the different areas that LearningExpress offers resources. So LearningExpress is going to be an on-demand learning resource, really focused on test preparation, standardized testing, and kind of basic skills. I personally use LearningExpress most often when I'm helping patrons that are looking for ACT, SAT prep, GRE, or GED. Some of those like professional certifications for EMTs, nursing, those kinds of things. But they also offer tools for career preparation, grade 4 through 8 students, high school and middle school. So also resources if you have homeschool families in your community, if you have a third grader that's struggling with math and a parent just doesn't quite know what to do to help supplement their school learning resources, LearningExpress might be a place to point them to. There's also a number of resources available in Spanish. So if you have a Spanish-speaking community and you don't have any print learning resources in your collection, this is a great place to direct them to as well. So you can search for a tutorial up here, or you can browse through kind of these more specified categories. So if we look at the career preparation portion, you'll see it's then further broken down. Career exploration, basic job searching skills like resume and cover letter writing, interviewing skills, if you're helping someone that is looking to change jobs or is currently unemployed, a resource for them. And then you see some of those professional development areas. So if we look at EMTs and firefighters, for example, I can learn more about that specific career. Take practice tests and learn. So all of these things are available, most of them in print textbooks, which is nearly impossible for a library to purchase, but this makes it available to them. So if they wanted to take a practice exam for their EMT certification, They'll click on that, and then here they'll be prompted to sign in and register. So all 3 of these resources available to your patrons with their library card, but they will have to create a separate account specifically for that resource. But all pretty straightforward to do. So they'll register just with, you'll see it automatically populates Badger link, and then they're registering just with their name, email, and creating a password. And then at that point, then they'll be able to enter into that course and take a look at it and work on it more. So I'm going to pop over here and hopefully this works. Let's see, career preparation. So now that I'm logged in, I can either print the resource and take it with me if I'm coming to the library and you're telling me about it and I don't have internet access at home, but I really want to take this and be able to scribble on it, or I can start the test or the tutorial, whatever it would be. So then it's giving you that simulated practice test. What I really like about LearnAtest that's very nice is that you can, you get halfway through a practice ACT exam, and then you just got to take a break. You can finish it later. So it gives you the option, you can close without saving. Maybe you're looking at a cover letter writing tutorial, and it's just not quite what you were looking for. You can close without saving, or you can save it for later. When you save it for later, it's going to go into your center. So when you hover over your name, you'll be able to go into center. And then you'll see here everything that I have started. So I started my practice EMT test. I started a grade 4 numbers and operations practice test. Frankly, I'm a little bit nervous to even attempt that one. And then tutorial on cover letter writing. So they're all in progress, and then I can just return to it and pick up right where I left off. So that's LearnAtest. Pretty straightforward, very simple to get started and explore, super powerful. And really, I think if you're looking for any kind of standardized test or basic skills development, start with LearnAtest for folks there. There are a number of resources to help you promote this to your patrons as well. And you can look forward to this as a future featured resource too. I will put this link on the extranet for you, but these are all created by EBSCO for LearningExpress Library. Quick start guides, things that you can print and share with your users, graphics to share on social media. What I thought was could be particularly helpful, especially as you're doing outreach to different groups, are their printed handouts here. So if you do have a homeschool community, this is a great resource available to them. Just a simple promotion of, this is the resource, this is what we have available to you. I would stick your website on here, print it off, and you can hand it out. Same with the ACT, SAT prep available. Put this in by your teen section, or if you have, 1 or 2 ACT prep printed manuals, if they even make those anymore, put those there. Or if you're doing outreach to your local high school, print these off and bring these along as well. So that is LearningExpress. And we are going to keep going, and we are going to jump into Gale courses. So Gale courses is provided by Winifox to your libraries. The great thing, I think an advantage of Gale courses is that you can view descriptions of the course, syllabus of the course, and the whole course catalog before you've even created an account or entered kind of into, really entered into Gale course to use it. Gale course is going to provide for you professional development, skill building, but also those like personal development, hobby and interest things as well. Languages, yoga and mindfulness, cooking, in addition to Excel and Adobe and coding languages and things like that. How Gale course operates, however, is in a much more traditional and structured classroom environment. So courses have a specific start date and then they run for 6 weeks. So I think it's the second Wednesday of each month, a new class starts for that subject, and then it runs for 6 weeks. Course content is released periodically over those 6 weeks. So you're not really able to work on the course on demand. But if you're someone that likes more of a traditional classroom structure with a live professor or instructor giving you feedback, the opportunity to have discussion with your peers, Gale courses is going to be a great tool for that kind of learner if that's what they're looking for. Excuse me. So again, you can search for courses up here. They also have them broken down by general category, or if you're just not quite sure what you're looking for, you can browse popular subjects or new subjects. But let's say I'm really interested in, you have a patron that comes in and they're going, lucky them, they're going to Cancun and they really want to learn Spanish. Or, maybe they're a healthcare worker and they want to learn Spanish to better serve their clients. By searching Spanish here, I can see there's actually Spanish for medical professionals. And then you'll see here the enrollment dates. So February 14th, it has just passed, March, April, May. So I may not be, I missed the February date, so I would have to wait until March to start. If that's something that a patron is able to do, this is a great tool for them. When we click into the course, we can read more about it. It gives you a full syllabus, so you know what to expect each week that you're working on it. You can read student reviews. They'll review both the course and the instructor, and then general requirements as well. When you're ready to start a course, then you'll go ahead and click enroll. And it's going to ask you to select a start date. Now, this one is allowing us to select February 14th because you have, I believe it's 2 weeks from the first date of a course to log in and start engaging with that classroom content. So we would be able to enroll in this one right now, or you can plan ahead and enroll as far forward as May of this year. And then here is where you'll log in if you already have an account, or create a new account. And it's going to ask you, like with anything, email, password, some basic contact information. And then when you continue beyond this page, that's where it will ask you for your library card number, where it'll authenticate you as a Winafox library card holder. So if you have a patron that is in the Monarch system or the OWL system, and they maybe don't realize it, or they use your library website and would come to this page and try logging in with those library card numbers, it won't work. Those systems also have access to this database, I believe. So if they would call you about that, that would be the first question, is your card from a Winafox library? So then if we pop into Gale courses, just to show you that whole enrollment process, once I've created my account, verifying my information, and now I'm enrolled in that course. So then I can enter my classroom, and you'll see that I've also enrolled in Discovering Sign Language, and I enrolled in Introduction to Photoshop, but that does not start until April 17th. So I can view the orientation, kind of the overview of the class, but I won't actually be able to see any of the course materials. If I enter into Speed Spanish, though, you'll be able to see what the course actually looks like. It's going to give you a pre-test option, and then you'll see on the side here, only the first 2 lessons are blue. So that's the material that I can work through. The course material is a lot more, it's like all printed. It looks like it could all be printed as PDFs, which is really nice. Again, if you are that, like, you like things in paper, things you can come back to and scribble notes on. Future lessons are locked, but as I hover over them, I'm able to see what date those lessons will become available to me. So again, that more traditional learning environment that you can plan ahead to come back and work on those courses. The other thing that's unique to Gale courses is the discussion within your courses. So for each lesson, the instructor will give you some kind of homework or project or test, and then it may ask you to engage in the discussion area. So sometimes this can be overwhelming, but if this is, again, something that appeals to you as a learner, Gale courses is a great option. And, oh, I just got to check the chat here once. Thanks, Cassie. All right. And then the main event. Oh, actually, scratch that. Gale courses promotion. There's the toolkit for that. So if you are on the extranet and head to other services, marketing and promotion toolkits, Gale courses toolkit. You'll see a number of flyers, some text for social media, and your newsletter, social media posts. These are all created by Gale courses, and then I've just updated them where necessary to make them more relevant. Now we're on to Udemy. So Udemy is kind of like a blend of LearningExpress and Gale courses. In the content is very broad, like Gale courses, but it is on demand and very video based. So for that user learner that comes in and wants to learn Excel right now, Gale Udemy is going to be the place to direct them to. So to get started with Udemy, a patron will access it through your library's website or the Winafox website, winafox.org/Udemy, and they'll have to select their home library, so the library that they got their library card to, because of how the library cards are authenticated. So if you get a phone call from a patron that is trying to log into Udemy, let's say at Pequawki, and it's not working, your first question may be, what library did you get your card at? Well, I got my card at Montello, but I live in Pequawki now. You might want to go ahead and have them visit the Montello library and enter that way, because of how Udemy authenticates patron records between their library card number and our account. So if I go to Oshkosh Public Library, oh, I already did it. The first screen that I would see is going to be, it'll say password, and that's where I'll put in my library card number. It would say Oshkosh Public Library, and then password, but we're putting in barcode. And then it's going to take me to this screen here where I sign in and create an account. Oh no, because I'm already logged in as myself. It didn't work. So we're going to switch over here. So this is what you'll see. Please enter your password. This is where your patron will enter their barcode for your library. And then they're going to sign in and create an account where they'll either create a unique username and password, or they can link it with their Google account. There's a second step authentication for Udemy. So after they've put in their library card number, they've created their username and password, they're going to be emailed an activation link from Udemy. So within, I believe it's 10 minutes, they'll have to go to their email, and then you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen here, before activating your account, we just need to verify your email, click this activation link. And then they will be here in their Udemy account. But before we start actually looking at what's inside, there is an app for that as well. So it's a really easy to use app. The interface is very clean. And given the type of content in Udemy, the app may be something that your patrons really gravitate to. So they'll just search Udemy for Business in their app store. It looks just like this. And then when they log in, they're going to be asked, it says, enter the name of your organization's account. And it's blank.udemy.com. They're going to put in Gale. And I'll be providing you with handouts that you can share with your patrons and put on social media for this as well. So gale.udemy.com. And then they're going to search for their library. So they'll search for the same library that they entered Udemy from, their home library, your library here. And then from there, they'll put in their library card number and then the username and password that they created for sign up. Udemy, there's so much to explore. Professional development, technology skills, personal development as well. So they can explore just within categories or search for a specific skill or interest. If we were to look at Spanish, since that's what we were looking at in Gale courses, excuse me. Let's see, I want to try the Spanish for Beginners course. I don't have time to wait. I don't want to wait until March 13th to begin. I want to start right now. Again, I can see basic requirements, what I'll learn, reviews from past students. I can see how long the course will last, 3.5 hours of on-demand videos. So if I strictly want to watch videos, 3.5 hours. They also receive a certificate of completion when they're done. So if they are doing something for an employer, they have that either to show their employer or to include with a job application as well. And you can preview the course. So there's that. And then once I enroll, I start right away. So similar to what we saw in Gale courses, I see all of my lessons laid out on the side here, available to me, but they are all available right now. So maybe I took a few years of Spanish and I just need a refresher. So I can browse through these and say, I'm ready to start at section 13. Here we go. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait. I can just start right away. Under My Learning, here is where folks can access courses that they've enrolled in and various other tools. The other thing that I thought was really kind of neat is this scheduling to learn, especially if you have someone that's really using the app a lot. You can actually create calendar events to remind yourself to spend 20 minutes working on Spanish or an hour working on learning Python or whatever it would be. So you determine the courses and the frequency, and then it generates a calendar event that you can add to your event. So that's a very quick overview of all three resources, how to log in, and what the landing page looks like. If you have questions, which I'm hoping that you do, now is the time to ask either myself or Keitra. And of course, we're also always available via email and phone as well. So I'm going to stop recording.